What is going on, Sutton Reactions family? We are back here with another episode of SR, episode number 56. And this is a little bit of a different one, a little bit of a special one because we're actually going live at night today. We normally run this show sometime between the morning and midday. You guys know the hour is like 11 to like 2-ish, right? But today, we're actually doing it at night. Yes, that's right. We got some night reactions. So like the video for that and welcome into everybody who's watching here in the live chat. Jam-packed episode. This one is going to be, and by the way, recently, in case you did not know, we're going to be doing Sudden Reactions on Tuesdays and Thursdays going forward here for the foreseeable future. Just trying to make a couple of tweaks to the show to make it better. And I figure I can do that by having less episodes, right? And kind of focus a little bit more on the production side of things. So bear with me on that. But we do have a jam-packed episode tonight, guys. This is going to be an interesting one. You had somebody trying to make another attempt on President Trump's life, another assassination attempt. We're going to get into that. We also have the whole KLAY Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion drama. We're going to get into that a little bit more. This and more, so much more on this episode. Oh, by the way, of course, our Liminal Olympics challenge too. This and so much more on this episode of Sudden Reactions. Make sure you guys like the video. Yes, sir. So like I said, we are back with yet another episode of Sutton Reactions, episode 56 of the show. And listen, like I said, we got a lot to get to tonight. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. Quickly, before we do that, Tila is in the house. What's going on, Tila? Stretch 52 is in the live chat. I see you. I see you. I see you. 86 Ghosts is in here. What up? What up? What up? Appreciate all of y'all for coming through. King Blaze, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all for coming through to this episode of Sudden Reactions. Okay. So this first thing I want to bring up, we're going to dive right into it. Got a couple icebreakers and we're going to do our liminal games. Then we got some more things that we need to address. But first things first, I saw this guy who happens to be a Twitch streamer. You guys know the Twitch streamers who do the whole in real life thing where, you know, they kind of go around and do whatever. They just kind of live life and it's entertaining to people. Apparently it makes a lot of money. A lot of these guys make money. But there's one guy in particular. He's doing this challenge here, and a lot of them do like crazy things on camera, but he's doing this challenge here, the streamer called Humble Zay. He's walking from Philadelphia to California. Okay, he's walking from Philadelphia to California. This guy Humble Zay is, and apparently he was hit by a car in Indiana and had to be taken to the hospital. Let's take a look at this video. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. No, bro really got smacked from behind. Smacked from behind. Hold on, I gotta watch that one more time. Cause look what happened, bro. Look where the crash point is right here. Look at the crash point. That's crazy. Like, literally, your whole bottom half of your body should have been, like, severed from the top half of his body. I mean, I'm just saying. Because look where he gets hit. And then the guy is going, or whoever, guy or girl, I don't know. But how fast they were going. There's no way you come back from this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is he already up? Is he just picking up his stuff? Is that bro? What? No way he just ate that, bro. No. Come, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. 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 You telling me that you're telling me that car hit him going at least about 30, maybe 40 miles an hour, smacks him from behind. He has nothing to protect him. You know, it's not even like he was on a bike or something like that. He was pushing a cart. He was pushing a cart. And he got hit, like, got smacked raw. Pause. And he just gets right back up like he just ate the shit. Like, literally just ate it, like, well, right back to it. Right back on the road. Next checkpoint in 5.5 hours. Got to reach my quota. Like, what are we talking about here? And this says day 34 in the top left-hand corner. And he's in Indiana. Let's just look for perspective here. Let's just look for perspective here. Because I want to see something. Let's see. He started in Philly, right? He started in Philly. So somewhere up in here. And what did he say? 36 days? 34 days. 34 days later, he's here in Indiana. So if he keeps the same pace, right? Like every 30 days, he's covering about this distance, which will probably get a little tougher as he hits more of the Midwest, I would assume, with just how you know, the terrain and everything like that. It might get a little bit dicier for him going straight west like that. So I don't know what his plan is in terms of his detour, or if he has one in mind, but or his route, but we'll see. But if he goes at the same distance here, so about 30 days there, let's say about 60 days here, we'll say about to get from he'll probably finish this, I'd say, in about 4 months. If he can keep up at a similar pace, in about 4 months, he should be able to knock this out. But 4 months is crazy, and I hope it's worth it, because moments like this right here are crazy. He just got right back up. He looked like Keaton Mitchell. What Keaton Mitchell doing out there, bro? Keaton, what you doing, bro? Dang. That's messed up. Chris, what up? Said he walking the Chargers OTAs. Yeah, what Keaton Mitchell doing? Keaton Mitchell wilding out here. He wilding out here. But nah, this is wild, y'all. This is crazy. I hope it's worth it. Again, oh, you got the cops there.
Okay. Good.
Bro, it's still on his feet, bro.
Good thing I had a back brace on. Yes. That's it.
Had on a back brace? Man, hell nah, bro. The back brace is not doing anything for you in that situation. A car come up behind you going at least 30, 40 miles an hour. I don't care what kind of brace you got on. You need to go to the hospital.
Did you land on the pavement or did you land on the grass?
Pavement. Man, so I landed on the pavement. Fuck you talking about? Still on my feet. I gotta make it to Chargers OTAs. My name Keaton Mitchell. Y'all don't understand. I freaking guess, man. Still just checking the chat. We straight.
We can load it up in our truck and take it out there for you.
All right, that's cool. I appreciate it.
Well, this might put a little delay in his plans. I'll say that. Might put a little delay in his plans. Let me see. Let me look at that one more time. Let's look at it one more time. The crash. Oh my gosh, bro. You can tell they tried to slam on brakes at the last second. You can tell, but oh, okay, so that did happen. Okay, so the car behind bro got rear-ended, and that ended up making this car rear-end our guy here. So it was like a fender bender sort of thing. But even still, though, you don't just get right back up and keep it pushing after a car hits you like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no way. Dude is he's made it something different, bro. Made it something different. It's wild. Definitely feel better, Chris. Feel better. How far away from the shoulder is he? I don't know. Let's look. Not far. I mean, it looked like he's in the road. Like he's in the road, like actively in the road. Like he's not on the shoulder at all from what it looks like right here. Because you guys can see down here in this part, this is where the the lanes are divided in the road, and it seems like from this angle right here, he is firmly in the road and not on the shoulder, which makes no sense to me either. And you know what's wild? You know what's really wild? Like nowadays, bro, I don't even know what to believe no more. This could all be staged. This could all be staged. And they just playing with us. I could totally see it. Anywho. Just wanted to warm up with that. I think it's time. It's time for the Liminal Olympics challenge. Let's go ahead and ready up in the chat. If you're ready to play, ready up in the chat. Ashley, I see you. Good afternoon or good evening, rather. Welcome to Nightly Reactions with Sutton. A little nightcap action with Sutton. Is this why they say walk on the other side of the street so you can see what's coming? Yes, for sure. For sure. Yes, sir. We ready. We ready. And the whiplash is definitely gonna hurt. If it's not hurting right now, like I get what you're saying, like somebody said adrenaline, something like that, but like with the impact that he got hit at, nah, even adrenaline will have you sitting, you'll be sitting down. You know what I'm saying? But definitely after the adrenaline wears off and you cool down a little bit, oh yeah, everything's gonna be hurting. Your head is gonna be throbbing. It's gonna be bad. All types of pain. Yeah, he gonna wake up. All right, here we go. Liminal Olympics challenge. First one of the week. Let's go ahead and get this started, folks. See who's gonna take home the crown today. A little bit of a curveball today, guys. We're gonna do a throwback. We're gonna throw it back here. Pause. We're gonna throw it back though to something that we used to do on Liminal Olympics challenge, and somebody requested this a couple of days ago, and I saw it. I didn't say anything about it at the time, but I saw it, and I took the advice. So here we go. Liminal Olympics round 1. It's gonna be familiar. That's what liminal space is all about, but make sure you choose the right option.
In 5 seconds, choose a random box. The box you choose will determine where you have to stay for a month.
All right. You guys know we're back to the classic liminal pick a box. We're back to the pick a box. These ones get a little tricky. Some of you guys started doing a little too well with the picadors, right? I didn't like it. Okay? I didn't like how good some of y'all were getting at guessing these. We had people running the table going 6-0, 7-0. Nah. We need to lower the chances. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing here. So pick a box, see if you can pick the right one. I think I'm going to go with box number... Let me go box number 2. Give me box number 2. No, you know what? 3. Let me go 3. Let me go box number 3. Yes, sir. I'm going box number 3. Who's with me? Who's with me? Who's with me? In the chat. Okay, couple of y'all. I like it. Okay. Don't be making no faces, Chris. I see you in the chat. All right, here we go. It's Modius. What up? As Modius is going with 1. You're just in time. This is the first challenge. All right, I'm going 3. Here we go.
Box 1, the highway. You are on an endless highway. The road stretches forever. There are no exits. Food is limited. You only have 50 burgers. Water is not guaranteed.
50 burgers is crazy.
Are terrible. You sleep on the side of the road. However, the real danger is the drivers. Drunk drivers pass at extreme speed. Electric silent cars move without any sound. You will not hear them coming. If you fall asleep on the wrong side, you will not wake up again. Box 2.
See, that one is much like what we just saw with Homeboy. You know what I'm saying? You're just walking. And you see how dangerous it was in broad daylight. You can get rear-ended from behind, and that be your ass. They talking about all sorts of drunk drivers out there, and you just got to keep walking. All you got is burgers to eat. Yeah, it's looking cooked. It's looking cooked for that one. But number 2, this looks like a treehouse of some sort.
The treehouse. You are inside a small wooden treehouse deep in a dark forest. Food is limited. You only have 10 frozen rabbits. You must cook them to survive.
10 frozen rabbits is crazy.
The house moves with the wind, but you are not alone.
No, sir.
Fish-like humanoid creatures. They climb the trees at night. They are extremely
No,
fast.
sir. Yeah, overweight.
If they
Forget
reach
about
the
it.
house, you have nowhere to run. And the worst part, they wait for you to sleep. Box 3.
Oh, all right. Number three. It's looking good. We looking like we in a cabin of sorts. I like that. This is my box. Box number 3. This is the one I picked. I like what we're looking at so far, but let's see.
The abandoned cabinet. You are inside a small abandoned cabin. The inside is warm. There is a fireplace and a good bed.
Okay, I'm liking the music.
Oh, they are everywhere. On the wall.
Damn.
On the floor. Inside the wood. Thousands of them. They are
Thousands?
Big. They move slowly during the day, but at night they come closer. They hate fire. You must keep the fire on at all times. If the fire goes out, they will crawl onto you, and they will not stop. Box 4.
Oh, damn. And now look at box 4. Box 4 looking like a smooth.
Green giant.
All right, let's see.
The luxury penthouse. You are inside a luxury penthouse in a modern city. Food is unlimited. Water
Damn. I gotta play it again.
The environment is calm and safe.
Damn, look at that spread, bro.
You are free to move inside the apartment. But there is one rule. You have no internet, no phone, no contact.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
World. Complete isolation.
I'm cool with that. I mean, if I did pick 4. I didn't pick 4. I picked 3. Like a dummy. But no, yeah. Did anybody pick 4? I don't think anybody picked 4. Yeah, I don't think anybody picked box number 4. Most people don't pick 4. So that doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. Damn, I should have went 4. Well, we all got that one wrong. We all lost out. But see, again, that's what the pick a box challenge is all about. No longer are the days of you just getting a straight up 50-50 shot. Nah, we done with that. Well, maybe not done with that because, I got to keep producing these episodes. But anyways, you get my point. Today is going to be harder. Let's move on to the next challenge as all of us are 0-1. Let's see if we can bounce back.
In 5 seconds, choose a random box. The box you choose will determine where you have to stay for a month. Tag the people you would trust to survive with you.
All right. Pick the box where you would stay for a month. You have to stay here for an entire month. Again, this context is important, guys. It's important because a lot of these be kind of close, so you got to remember that you're going to be here for a month. It did say choose me on box number 3. I picked 3 last time. Didn't do me right. I feel like they're trying to throw me off by telling me to choose number 3 here. So you know what? I'm going to choose number 2. I'm going to go diagonal from that. I'm going number 2 on this one. Yeah, give me 2. I like 2. Let me see. Okay. Oh, Asmodee is going 4. That's a shocker. That's a shocker. As someone who hates the number 4. Yeah, but I'm going to go 2 on this one, guys. I'm going to go 2. All right. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Box 1, the frozen research station. You are trapped inside an abandoned Arctic research
Not looking
station.
good.
Outside, the temperature is minus 50 degrees.
Minus 50 degrees? Hell no.
Cannot leave. The heating system still works, but it is old and breaks down every few days. You must fix it manually or freeze to death. Food is canned and frozen. Enough for the month. Water comes from melted ice. Sleeping is possible in the old bunks, but you are not alone. The last team of scientists who lived here left in a hurry. They left everything behind. Their clothes, their food, their notebooks. The notebooks describe something they found buried deep under the ice. Something that was frozen for 10,000 years. Something that is no longer frozen. At night you hear it moving beneath the floor. Slow, heavy.
Yeah, nah, it's over with.
The station has one snowmobile with enough fuel for a single trip, but outside is instant death. Choose wisely.
Yeah, nah, that's... First of all, like I said, again, you got to remember the context behind these guys. For an entire 30 days, you will not survive in negative 50-degree weather, right? And unless you're an HVAC specialist, right, where you can fix the heater manually, with your bare hands whenever you freaking need to, then yeah, you're gonna die. Not to mention there's an entity living beneath you. So yeah, box 1 is out of here. Box 1 is all the way out of here. Let's see what box 2 has.
Box 2, the dark web auction house. You wake up inside a massive locked mansion. The rooms are enormous. The furniture is expensive. Food is unlimited and freshly prepared in the kitchen every morning by an unknown hand. Water is clean. Sleeping conditions are perfect. Silk sheets, warm lighting, complete comfort. But every door in the mansion is locked except the ones that are meant to be opened. Security cameras watch every room. Someone is watching you from somewhere. On day 3, a screen turns on. A voice tells you that you were bought at auction for $1 million. You are the entertainment. Every decision you make is being watched and judged by an anonymous audience of thousands. If your ratings drop too low, a door opens. You do not want to know what is behind it. Stay interesting, stay smart, and never stop performing.
That actually sounds like a fire idea for a Netflix original TV show. Did you guys hear what they said? Like, by the way, I think that's an L. I think that's an L. I mean, I picked box 2 and I'm telling you it's an L, but it's a trippy concept, right? I mean, like, you're telling me, I assume there's like a bunch of rich people who, place a price on the life of some poor sap who had nothing else to their name and nowhere to go and things like that. And they get this opportunity like, hey, like, we'll pay you X amount of money. You have the opportunity to make X amount of money if you can just survive in this mansion for 30 days where you're being watched and you basically have to be entertainment by yourself in that mansion for thousands, like an audience of thousands, right? Who paid like an auction to get you up there. Rich people do a lot of weird shit for their pleasure, So no, that would be a crazy concept for a TV show. They've made stuff similar to that in the past with like certain concepts in shows and movies, but no, I think that would be dope. Nonetheless, it is an L though. It is an L for your boy. It's an L. Like one of those game shows you got to survive. Exactly. I can't remember what it's called. I remember watching that though. I watched that. But yeah, 2 is an L for sure. All right, let's see what number 3 has. Looks like we're on some sort of volcano island. Box number 3, people, is already not looking good.
Box 3, the volcanic island. You are stranded on a small volcanic island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The volcano is active but stable for now. The weather is hot and humid. Food is available. Tropical fruits grow everywhere. Fish are easy to catch near the shore. Fresh water flows from a small stream near the volcano. Sleeping is outside under the stars. You build a shelter from palm leaves. There is no immediate creature threat. The island is peaceful during the day, but every 72 hours, the volcano releases a small eruption. Nothing catastrophic, just enough to remind you it is alive. On day 28, according to ancient markings carved into the rocks by someone who was here before you, the big one comes. You have 28 days to build a raft strong enough to escape. The ocean around the island is calm, but you are not an engineer. And the clock is already running. Box 4.
I don't know. It looks like box 4 has got another freaking penthouse. Yeah, box 3 is compared to what this is looking like. Box 4, this penthouse situation here, unless there's some sort of demon entity in the walls, then I think box 4 is going to take this one again. Back-to-back wins, but we'll see.
The penthouse suite. You are living in a stunning penthouse suite on the 100th floor of the tallest skyscraper in the world.
Oh, the music though, that music.
Breathtaking. The rooms
Come on
are
now.
enormous. Food is unlimited. A private chef robot prepares whatever you want 3 times a day. Sleeping conditions are flawless. A king-size bed, blackout curtains, complete silence. The only condition: no phone, no internet, and no contact with anyone in the world.
Again, same thing. Okay, well, yeah, that's another W. Clap it up for Asmodeus, man. I mean, I didn't see that coming. I felt like number 3 wasn't terrible, right? Number 3 wasn't terrible. Like, you could probably survive on the volcanic island. It was just at the very end of the 30 days. Like, I think they said on day 28, that's when the volcano actually erupts and you have to flee the island. So you have 28 days to build a raft that is strong enough, right, out of like sticks and wood from trees and things like that. So I don't know, another interesting concept. I think that would be a nice little TV show to watch as well. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, there's some good concepts in here, some trippy stuff. But no, box 4 is definitely the winner. Box 4 is definitely the winner. ISO, I see you in the chat. What up? Let me see. Let's move on here. Third challenge. Your boy is 0-2, man. Going gets tough. Once you start bringing out the pick-a boxes. Going gets real tough. All right. Challenge number 3.
In 5 seconds, choose a random box. The box you choose will determine where you will serve food.
Wait, so the box you choose will determine where you serve food. Okay. Context for the win. Glaucoma, what up? I think I'm gonna go with box number. I gotta start getting these right, man. I gotta pick it up. It's like now or never for your boy. 4 has been right a couple of times. You know what? F it. Give me 4. I gotta try it. I gotta try it this time. I'm gonna try it. Asmodeus is going 1. Glaucoma's going 4 with me. All right, my boy. Blaze is going 3. Chris is going 3. Let me see. ISO and Stretch are going 2. 86 Ghost is going 3. Yeah, I'm gonna go 4 on this one. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Come on, 4. Talk to me nice. Let's get 1 out of here early, though.
Box 1, Vampire's Castle. This
over with.
Somewhere deep in the forest.
Forget about it, Asmodeus.
The castle is huge. It is pitch black, so I highly recommend you bring a professional flashlight. Somewhere in the castle you'll find a white table. This is where you can drop off the food. But pay extreme attention. A deranged man called Dracula lives here who recently escaped from prison. He occasionally hides out in the castle. He is very dangerous. Do not get injured. The tip is $50. Box 2, the empty house. This is a large 6-story house that has been abandoned since the First World War and is mostly empty. Graffiti covers the walls, and trash is scattered throughout the building. Somewhere inside there is a single baby chair. That is where you place the food for delivery. There is a tall 4-armed creature in the building that constantly follows you. It is very hostile and wants you gone. However, as long as you shine a light on it, it will not move. Keep a flashlight on you at all times and do not let it die. The tip is $2. Box 3, the cabin in the forest. This is an old house deep inside the forest. The corn around it is overgrown. The gravel road leading up to the house is 9 miles long. You don't like it here. The customer wants you to drop off the food around the back of the cabin. If you hear footsteps running toward you while delivering, get on your bicycle and leave immediately. The tip is $89. Box 4, the dessert.
All right, come on, box 4. Please, just be the lesser of all these damn evils, because all of these have been bad so far.
Hotel. This is a large 7-story hotel that was recently closed down. Most of the lights are shut off. The customer expects you to deliver the food to the top floor at the front desk. However, you must be very cautious. There
Oh
is
my
something that
gosh,
roams the
bro.
interior of the hotel. It
What are
is
we talking
horrifying.
about?
It is also extremely fast and incredibly hostile. Do your best to avoid it, or you may not come out alive.
All right. So there was demons in box 1, 2, and 4. Was there any in box 3? I have to go back and look. I gotta go back and look.
The cabin in the forest. This is an old house deep inside the forest. The corn around it is overgrown. The gravel road leading up to the house is 9 miles long. You don't like it here. The customer wants you to
Damn, 9-mile long drive up? That's crazy.
drop off the food around the back of the cabin. If you hear footsteps running toward you while delivering, get on your bicycle and leave immediately. The tip is $89.
I mean, at least they don't show us. We could be hallucinating this for all we know. And this is the biggest tip that we've seen out of all of these so far, I'm pretty sure. So I think box 3 has got to take the W. I think box 3 has got to take the W. They all suck. Don't get me wrong. They're all ass. But I think that box number 3 just narrowly gets the W on that one. Clap it up if you pick box number 3. Yeah. So your boy is 0-3 on the day. 0-3 on the day. We've only got one more challenge until the bonus round, man. It's not looking good for me. I mean, I might be able to break 500 today. We'll see. But again, when you start doing the pick of boxes, it's a lot harder to get W's. A lot harder, right? Had to turn the volume up on y'all for a second. All right, let's get into this next one.
In 5 seconds, choose a random box. The box you choose will determine where you will stay for a month. Leave your choice in the comments.
All right, where you staying for a month? Box 1 through 4. Your boy's got to get this one. I got to get this one. And then I got to pray I can ace the bonus round. Give me number... You know what? I want to get mine out the way early. Give me number 1. Give me... You know what? No, I can't go with number 1. It's never number 1. It's never number 1. It's never number 1. You know what? I'll let the suspense kill me. I'm going to go with 4. I'm going to go with 4 again. Give me 4. Give me number 4. Who's with me? Who's with me, chat? Who's with me on number 4? Asmodeus is with me. Oh, a lot of y'all going 2, I see. All right. We're going to see. We're going to see. And I am stressing out because I need to get this one. I haven't won 1 yet. This is embarrassing, actually. It's embarrassing. Mike says he's taking 1. Hey, what up, Mike? All right, I'm going 4. Let's get it. Whoever's going 1, let's see y'all fate first.
Box 1, the empty apartment. You wake up inside a furnished apartment. Everything looks normal. The lights work. The water runs. The refrigerator restocks itself every morning. There are no windows, no mirrors, no clocks. At night, you hear movement in the hallway outside the door. Slow footsteps, occasional coughing, sometimes quiet laughter. The door never opens. Every morning, new notes appear on the kitchen counter. They are written in your handwriting. You don't remember writing them. The messages are short, always warnings. Don't answer if they knock. It learns faster when you respond. No one ever knocks until the final week.
Okay, so you got to stay here for 30 days in this empty apartment. And apparently someone is writing notes to you in your handwriting every morning when you wake up. You can hear somebody walking outside of the doors and whatnot in the house. Yeah, this is looking like a L. Because how do you survive? You don't even know what's after you, what they want. It sounds psychological. Asmodeus, I see your chat. But yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like the feeling of that one. That one just gives me like very eerie vibes. All right, let's see what box number 2 has. A lot of y'all pick number 2. So let's see y'all fate.
Box 2, the submerged station. You are placed inside an underground transit station. The trains no longer run. Water slowly leaks from the ceiling. At first it reaches your ankles. By the second week, your knees. Food arrives once a day in sealed containers. If the container gets wet, the food dissolves. There is a digital display above the tracks. It still functions. Every hour, it flashes the same message. Next train, 0317. The time never changes. The train never arrives. On the last night, the water stops rising. You hear something moving beneath the surface, waiting.
Now, wait a minute. Because if the water rises every week, it said by the second week, it's up to your knees. Is that what they said? I think that's what they said.
Box 2, the submerged station. You are placed inside an underground transit station. The trains no longer run. Water slowly leaks from the ceiling.
Right.
At first it reaches your ankles. By the second week, your knees.
Yeah, so if like by the first week, it's at your ankles. By the second week, it's at your knees. By the third week, it's going to be at your freaking neck, buddy. Right? And then going into the fourth week, you're going to be like submerged in that shit. And I just don't see how you survive this.
Food arrives once a day in sealed containers. If the container gets wet, the food dissolves. There is a digital display above the tracks.
Yeah, hell no.
It still functions. Every hour, it flashes the same message. Next train, 0317. The time never changes. The train never arrives. On the last night, the water stops rising. You hear something moving beneath the surface, waiting.
Yeah, nah, that's an L.
Box 3, the open field. You stand in the middle of a massive open field, flat, endless. No trees, no buildings. A small cabin sits exactly 1 mile away. It is always visible. Inside the cabin, food, a bed, a radio that only plays static. No matter how long you walk, the cabin never gets closer. Each morning, footprints surround you in perfect circles. They are human. They face inward. By the third week, the circles tighten. On the final day, the footprints stop appearing. The cabin light turns on.
That one seems very creepy as well. Again, very psychological. Let me see real quick. Let me play that one more time.
Plays static. No matter how long you walk, the cabin never gets closer. Each morning, footprints surround you in perfect circles. They are human. They face inward. By the third week, the circles tighten. On the final day, the footprints stop appearing. The cabin light turns on.
I don't know about that one, guys.
Box 4, the recording room. You are placed inside a small white room. A chair, a table, a camera pointed directly at you. 3 times a day, the camera turns on. A calm voice speaks through a speaker. It asks simple questions. Your name, your age, your earliest memory. If you answer, the voice thanks you. If you refuse, the room gets colder. By the second week, the questions change. Why did you lie? Who were you talking to last night? Do you remember agreeing to this? The recordings play back while you sleep. Your own voice responds. You don't remember saying any of it. The final question is asked on day 30. Are you ready to stay longer?
I don't know where I would survive in this one. I really don't see where I would survive in this one. Because you never reach the cabin in box 3. But box 4, it seems like you're safe in the confines of the space. You might go crazy because you hear your own voice talking to you, but neither of them, nothing about any of these except box number 2 says anything about food. Right? Well, no, box 1 and 2, or box 1 and 2, you have food. Even though it's like still probably you're gonna die. Box number 3, I don't know about this one, y'all. I don't. One is the best one. Is it? Is it the best one? Let's watch one more time. I might agree with y'all. Let's watch one more time.
Box 1, the empty apartment. You wake up inside a furnished apartment. Everything looks normal. The The lights work. The water runs. The refrigerator restocks itself every morning. There are no windows, no mirrors, no clocks. At night, you hear movement in the hallway outside the door. Slow footsteps, occasional coughing, sometimes quiet laughter. The door never opens. Every morning, new notes appear on the kitchen counter. They are written in your handwriting. You don't remember writing them. The messages are short, always warnings. Don't answer if they knock. It learns faster when you respond. No one ever knocks until the final week.
No one knocks until the final week. And see, it's just like little stuff like that like it just makes you not want to pick it as the winner. You know what I'm saying? Like I almost want to call this one a wash. I do. I almost want to call it a wash. You guys are saying one for the win. You guys are saying one for the win. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think y'all are just messing with me here. Y'all got to be messing with me. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay. At least you have food and water. Okay. I got you. Okay, we'll call one a W. I guess, right? Which means your boy is officially 0-4 on the day. I gotta get in the film room, y'all. I gotta watch some tape because this is unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. But we have our bonus round up next, our hide and pray. Drop your records in the chat before we get that started. Drop your records in the chat. We got to see who here is in the running to go ahead and get this W today. Let me see. We got like 4 votes for number 1 winning. So we'll go with number 1 winning on the last one. Unfortunately. 1 and 3. Want to know? We got a lot of 1 wins. How about this? Since a couple of you guys have come in here since we already started, the highest winner only has 1 win. Let's just call it this. Whoever finishes with the most wins today is the winner of today's challenge, right? So regardless of losses, if you finish with the most wins, then you are a winner. So let's see. That gives everybody a chance here. Let's see. All right, bonus round. Let's get it.
Hide and pray.
All right, y'all know the drill. Bonus round, hide and pray, man. Pick your number, pray it survives. This one, I'm gonna go quick trigger on this one. Give me 8. Give me 8 on this one. Pull the trigger quick on it. I could still get a W today. That's the beauty of it. And you guys know the bonus round, if you win the bonus round, it counts for 2 wins on your record. If you lose, it still only counts for 1. But I'm going 8. I'll give you all a second to get all y'all answers in here. Let me see. Anybody else going 8 with your boy? Anybody going 8? As a matter of fact, nah, none of y'all go 8. None of y'all, stay away from my 8. As a matter of fact, stay away from my 8 because I'm trying to win. Imagine your boy go 0-4 and still pull out a W because I got the most wins. That'd be crazy. We're going to see. All right, here we go. Let's run it. Mike's going 10. All right, let's run it. I'm going 8, y'all. For all the marbles. All right, come on.
Huh?
Yep, stay away from my 8. Far away. 9. How did 9 survive? Up 3. Ate too much for lunch. Happens.
Huh?
Come on, 8. Stay away from.
Help me!
Stay away from my 8. Yes. We looking good, chat. We looking good.
Huh?
9 out of here. My 8 looking good right now. Sorry, Mike. 7. Damn. Had the Rona. 8. Oh, no. Oh my gosh, bro. Are you kidding me, dog? Right before he left, too. Right before he left. So 1, 5, and 6 are the winners. 1, 5, and 6 are the winners. Let me see those final records in the chat. Let me see those records in the chat. Damn, bro. I came this close. I came this close, bro. He was on his way out, too, in 8. Oh my goodness. Happens to the best of us, man. I can't even be mad. Can't even be mad. Wow, that is insane. All right, so let me see. We got Mike, who's 1-1 on the day. Asmodeus 3-3. King Blaze 2-3. Ghost 1-4. Chris 1-4. Is Blaze 3-3? Was he 1-3 beforehand? Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He's 3-3. So it is Blaze and Asmodeus. Blaze and Asmodeus with 2 500 records. 500 records. I mean, it just goes to show today's challenge was tough, wasn't it? It was tough. It was tough. The pickup boxes give you a lot lower probability to win. The records are bad, actually. They are. But we can't hate on it. Asmodeus finally gets a W here. King Blaze gets a W as well. We can't hate on it. But guess what? If they try to, what do we say?
We do not care.
Shout out to my guy, King Blaze. Okay, shout out to my guy, Asmodeus. Clap it up for him in the chat. Congratulations. You are today's Liminal Olympics Challenge winners. It is not easy to do. Just like I said earlier, you know, with these pick a box challenges, man, you have a lot lower probability to win. So if you win these, honestly, it means even more. It's like we're playing on like veteran Call of Duty mode. We're playing on like 200cc Mario Kart when we play the pick a box challenge. So again, salute to you, gentlemen. That is a great effort, valiant effort by the both of you. Asmodeus says, I actually like this format better. I feel like you used to win more when we had this format, Asmodeus. So if I remember correctly, I feel like you do better at the pick a box challenge. I don't know what it is, but you just do. You just do. So congrats, you guys. Congrats, you guys. Again, it's not easy to do that. All right, but let's move on. Let's move on. Of course, we'll be back on Thursday with more liminal challenges. But next, I think we must address this KLAY Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion situation, guys. I think we got to address this. So, this news came out a couple days ago. I saw on my timeline. It says here in this tweet, Meg Thee Stallion seemingly accuses KLAY Thompson of cheating in a new Instagram story. It says, and I quote, cheating had me around your whole family playing house, got cold feet, quote unquote, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. Bitch, I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. So this was Megan Thee Stallion's Instagram story, basically saying that her and KLAY Thompson have broken up. And real quick, I don't know if it's just me. Let me know. But doesn't it feel like this statement that she put out here is like low key? Couldn't you see the statement that she put out as like her rap lyrics as well? Like she could very well take this exact same paragraph and put it into one of her songs. Cheating had me around your whole family, playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings, treatment towards me during your basketball season. And I don't know if you could be monogamous, but I need a real break. You know what I'm saying? That's how Megan Thee Stallion would be on the track. She could literally take this exact same paragraph that she put here on her Instagram story and rap it word for word, bar for bar. And yeah, the girls would feel it too. The girls would feel it. Now, a lot of people like this relationship, or ship as the kids call it, has a lot of the internet divided, right? And it's kind of like the classic, men versus women debate of like, oh, Clay Thompson didn't want to hang around Meg the Stallion because she wasn't a traditional woman enough, and yada yada yada. And you have the women saying, oh, Clay Thompson is just insecure, and that's why he couldn't handle somebody like Meg the Stallion. He fumbled, you know. So the internet's divided. They're divided, and I get it because I think a lot of people who look up to these celebrities, specifically like Meg the Stallion, right? Because the guys really don't give a damn whether or not Klay Thompson is in a relationship with who the hell ever. We just don't worry about those sort of things. But it is a lot of women, huge cohort of women who really, really get deeply invested into these, into the celebrity culture and their lifestyles. And what I'll say is this: you got to be careful on who you idolize and who you allow to influence you. You know, because people were kind of living vicariously through Meg the Stallion during this relationship with Klay Thompson, because I felt like a lot of women felt like, you know, Klay Thompson was finally like the good guy who came along, and he kind of symbolized that good guy who's doing really well in life, but also very down to earth, will bring you around his family. It doesn't come off as like a threat, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't really seem like he's gonna go off and cheat, things like that, right? All for, you know, a couple months later for this all to come crashing down, and it's like, oh, what the hell happened? You know, they kind of feel, and when I say they, I mean like these people who live vicariously through these celebrities, they kind of feel betrayed by Klay Thompson. Right? Oh, how could you? How could you fumble Meg? She was so great. You know, she was around your parents on Thanksgiving and this and that. Like, how could you cheat on her? How could you sit up there and tell her that you can't be monogamous? How could you get cold feet and things like that and not want to marry her or whatever? But what I feel like nobody is talking about in this situation here is the fact that Klay Thompson is a very decorated basketball player, known internationally, super rich, right? Has made hundreds of millions of dollars off of basketball. And he's dated women of status in the past, right? He's dated women of status in the past. Like, Megan the Stallion is not his first famous relationship. It's not. Like, respectfully, this is not his first rodeo. No pun intended. So I think what ended up happening here is that Klay Thompson probably got infatuated with the idea of Meg the Stallion. And I think the idea of Meg the Stallion generally is like, you know, the hot girl who wants to have fun and things like that. But the problem is, the hot girl who wants to have fun, there's no longevity in that, right? There's no longevity in that. The whole I'm outside and the single culture and things like that. I mean, the idea of like, you know, hooking up with that to Klay Thompson was probably pretty sweet. And he probably got some benefits early on in the relationship. It was like, you know, I could do this for a little while. But the fact of the matter is, he stopped having fun. He stopped having fun. You know what I mean? I feel like Klay Thompson didn't feel like Megan the Stallion was somebody that he could be boring with, if that makes sense. Because that's what really gets you, you know, the long term and how things last. Because not everything is all fun and games. Not everything is all, you know, hot girl summer and single energy and we going out, we doing this, we partying, we out there. It's just not. It's just not. Let me read the chat here. Read the chat. Let me read the chat. Laura Harrier and Coco Jones is who he dated last. Yeah, I think I remember that. Thank you for that, Ashley. Klay got more rings than Meg is crazy. It's crazy. Guys literally don't care. We don't. What up, Q? Appreciate you for coming through. Moral of the story is use discernment. That's for sure. That's for sure. No, but at the end of the day, guys, I think that you have to. And also, I want to submit this to you as well. How do we know that this whole thing, right, that this whole entire thing was not fabricated from the jump? Like, really think about it. Like, how do we know this whole thing, this whole relationship was not fabricated from get-go? Because it's almost like Taylor Swift, and stick with me here. It's almost like Taylor Swift getting into relationships just to break up with the guy just so she can have material for her music. You know, because all Meg is going to do now is run to the studio, open up her writing book, write an entire album about, you know, betrayal. Oh, I thought you were the one. And she's going to make songs that women can relate to in that regard. And she's just going to turn it around and sell it to you. Sell it to everybody who feels like, you know, KLAY fumbled Meg and things like that. Like that's exactly what's going to happen. So how do I know that they didn't fabricate this whole thing? I don't know. But they're saying that the signs were definitely there. Bro was not having fun. Look at her just having the time of her life. Bro is like, yup. That's the I'm gonna break up with her in like 2 weeks face. Crazy work. Signs were there. That's all I'll say. Look at bro face, man. It's bad. Nah, it's bad. Meg gonna turn into early Taylor Swift? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, bro. That's what I'm telling you. She about to repackage all these emotions and feelings right now and sell it right back to all of her heartbroken fans. That's what's gonna happen. Now, there was this video of somebody talking about how nobody knew who KLAY Thompson was until he got with Meg Thee Stallion.
We didn't know KLAY Thompson before Meg Thee Stallion. We didn't know Stefan Diggs before Cardi B. And while these guys have more money than these girls have social and global influence. Meg Thee Stallion made KLAY a global star, whether he wants to admit or not. These men like to use these women for come-ups and for social status because, like, don't ever get it twisted, girls. Social currency is still a currency. If you are well known in your circle and you are well respected, a guy can use that for social come-up because being with you makes him look good. If Meg Thee Stallion is dating him, he must be popping. He must be giving guys. You need to be very, very careful because guys are users just like girls. I would even say more. A guy knows when he has a woman that he can use to make himself look better. And I think sometimes the insecurity that we have in ourselves do not allow us to see what we are actually worth, what our currency is. But a man can see it. A man can see your value economically before you. And it does not even need to be money. It's status, it's reputation. When you're around his friends, how does you standing next to him make him feel and look? But because a lot of us are insecure, a lot of us don't see ourselves the way the outside sees us. That's why a guy can pick you and you could be like, oh my God, he picked me. He's a money man. He's this. No, he picked you because you have status, because you have social currency, and because you're that. He didn't know.
Okay. So, couple things to unpack here. Number one, do I think that Meg Thee Stallion rose the status of KLAY Thompson? Pound for pound, I would say yes. Do more people know about KLAY Thompson now as to before he started dating Megan Thee Stallion? Yes, that is true. Just like on the opposite end, right? more people know Meg the Stallion now than they did before she got with Klay Thompson. Their influence and their audiences kind of bled together once they got together. So I think that it is a kind of a moot point to say that one brought one more attention than the other, or one brought one attention the other didn't, because that's just not true. Now, number two, she mentions that we, quote unquote, she says we didn't know who Klay Thompson was until Meg the Stallion. And she sounds like she's from the UK. And so I'm gonna say here that probably the reason for that is because you guys don't really do basketball in the UK. You guys do football, like actual football, aka soccer, right? So outside of that, you guys probably wouldn't be too familiar with people who play American dominant sports. And you're probably not watching the Olympics either for basketball, so you might not know who Klay Thompson is. But that doesn't mean that Klay Thompson is just some nobody, right, to the world, like outside of the sports world, because it's just not true. Again, he's an Olympic gold medalist. You might be like, oh, well, Sutton, that's still in the sports world. The Olympics bleeds over into much more than just sports. Just with what the nature of the Olympics is, like all of the countries on the planet coming together to compete. That's more than just sports. There's more to it, right? Klay Thompson has been at the highest level of that. So I think it is very, very foolish of this woman to say that Klay Thompson was not known before Meg the Stallion. Furthermore, she talks like Klay Thompson was looking for some sort of a come up off of the Megan the Stallion relationship. And she mentions that, oh, these guys might have more money than these girls. So she acknowledges that Klay has more money than Meg the Stallion, but she's saying that Klay wanted to benefit from her social currency, which I can neither confirm nor deny. Why? Because I don't know Klay Thompson. I don't know what his motives were behind dating Meg. So I can't really speak to whether or not there's some truth in that, because I mean, it's possible. Could Klay have been, in a spot in his life where he was sitting up in his penthouse or wherever, like that, and he'd been single for a little while, he was bored, right? And he shoots a shot at Megan the Stallion just to see, and like she's like messing with it, and he's like, all right, cool, like Megan the Stallion is Megan the Stallion. And again, I think it's like the idea of her. I think it was more so for Klay, like if I had to kind of like infer, like I think it's more so like the idea of her, more so than her itself. And that's kind of sad to say, but like if you guys get what I'm saying, like the whole hot girl summer kind of, again, vibe and things like that, like it's good for a season. That's why they call it hot girl summer. You can't do it they call it hot girl summer for a reason. It's called hot girl summer for a reason, because you can't do it all year round, right? So it's a very seasonal type of chick that I think you're getting with Megan Thee Stallion. At least that's the idea that a lot of these guys have, these celebrities have when it comes to her. Again, if I just had to kind of infer on that one, I can't be 100% sure because I don't know these guys, but it seems like they're treating her as like more of like for a good time, but not a long time. Which I would give advice to her, hey, maybe date somebody outside the limelight. Get yourself a nice little low-key relationship, right? Marry some tech billionaire or somebody over here low key that's doing really well. Like, don't be in the public spotlight because it only leads to more embarrassment and heartbreak, like you see here. That's it. I still will say this is an L on KLAY because he cheated. Yes, definitely cheating is wrong. And yeah, he's still wrong. He's still wrong for sure. 100%. 100%. What up, coach? Cheaters cheat every day. People do cheat every day. He's known in China. Meg lost me when she was working at the Democratic Convention. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. I remember that. Oh man, that was so cringe. That was so cringe. But yeah, guys, thoughts and prayers to everybody involved. Thoughts and prayers to Meg the Stallion as she heals from this. And for KLAY Thompson, it's like, and one thing I will say about KLAY is like, at some point, bro, just grow up. Just grow up. If you knew that you wanted to only be with this girl for a short period of time, then maybe don't get in a full-fledged relationship where you guys are introducing the fam and you guys are doing the whole public thing and really looking like you guys were, yeah, going to the gym together and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the point? And for KLAY, like, I don't know how old KLAY Thompson is. I'd assume he's like, how old is KLAY Thompson? Let me see. You got to be like mid-30s, right? KLAY Thompson age. He's 36. Yeah, he's 36, bro. It's time to grow up. Problem is, you got a lot of these NBA stars who, you know, got all the money and status, right? And they're traveling from city to city. They're living the fast life. A lot of these guys, it stunts their growth. Money and access stunts a lot of athletes' growth. Some guys will settle down early, get married. You know, they have their head straight on their shoulders and stuff like that. Less distractions. But other guys are out here street running. And obviously, KLAY Thompson is not just a shooter on the court. Who would have knew? Because KLAY Thompson is very unassuming in that way. He's not super flashy, right? He's not like covered in tats and like always speaking out of turn and, you know, like glorifying, you know, violent or what. I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't give off like that, you know, bad boy energy. He just doesn't. So that's why people were kind of taken aback by this relationship going sour so soon. KLAY's a sniper. What up, Herb? What's going on? Didn't she have to admit to sleeping around and cheating in the Tory Lanez case? I'm actually not sure. Actually not sure about that one. Let me see here. May got to find someone who likes to be outside like her. Nah, bro. I think the complete opposite. I think she needs to find somebody who is outside of the spotlight and is just like, the problem is though, it's like, you know, is where she's kind of put herself as an artist. Like, I don't know Meg personally, but again, the energy that she puts out there, the vibe she puts out there, she doesn't really give like, let's just say it, wife, you know? And to these NBA stars, they're not looking at her as like, okay, this is a long-term option for me. Like I said, KLAY Thompson had been in relationships with famous women who are very attractive, you know, in the past as well. KLAY Thompson has been with beautiful women who are famous and rich. Meg was not his first rodeo. And again, I think that just kind of like the energy that she puts out, she kind of puts out the like good for a good time, not a long time kind of vibes. And guys are only really looking for that good time when you advertise it that way. Which is why I say, again, find you somebody who is out the way, who built their own business and is a multimillionaire, again, doing really well for themselves, but just out the way, humble. Nobody knows who they are. You know, Doesn't really care about rap music. Oh, you're a big rap star? Oh, cool. I build apps and make millions a month. Somebody like that. You know, somebody who owns their own construction business or company or something like somebody like that. Don't go out getting no ball players, no rappers, because obviously the track record with them ain't so good. Maybe it's time to switch it up. Maybe it's time to switch it up. That's all I'm saying. Y'all crazy in the chat. All right, let's move on here. All right, what else do we have? So we have this. There was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump this past weekend. Let me go ahead and play this clip here. So you see here is J.D. Vance, vice president, being yanked out of this White House Correspondents' Dinner, apparently, right? Being yanked out of there by Secret Service. Meanwhile, you have Trump, who's still over here sitting down. They've already gotten the vice president up out of there. He said, Vice President, we got to get you up out of here. Protect you at all costs. President, we could wait around for a couple more seconds. Watch what they do here. Look at them just looking around like, all right, well, they got the vice president out of here. The guy who's more important is still sitting here in harm's way. Apparently, there was a shooter with knives and guns who had made it onto the grounds, and Secret Service got wind of that. But again, they got Vance out of there, but kept Trump right there in the game. I don't know what was happening here. So then police members come in and they finally try to get Trump up out of there, right? But Trump is so old and so like decrepit. Look at him. He literally loses his balance out of nowhere. He's not even going fast. He's not even moving fast at all. But just like loses his balance or trips and just falls to the ground. And Secret Service just is taking their time getting him back up, and then they escort him out. The whole thing looks weird. Whole thing looks fishy. This guy's got his gun pointed down, so I guess maybe at this point, I'm not exactly sure, but I think they might have neutralized him, the suspect, by this moment here. But again, the whole thing super weird. The weirdest thing to me again is the fact that J.D. Vance was immediately he had this Secret Service agent right here. He had his hands on JD's numbers. He had his hands on his numbers, ready to get him up out of there, ready to displace him from the line of scrimmage here. He had his hands on his numbers, bro. Ready to drive him up. Come on, we getting up out of here. Got that boy up out of there. Vice President gone, off the scene, safe. President still at the table. Still at the table. Just watching. Like, what are we doing? I don't get it. Say, yo, this was staged. I wouldn't put it past him. I would not put it past him. You can't have them running out taking the same route. They have to be separated. Sure. Awesome. Well, maybe we get the president out of there a little bit quicker. Considering he's the, president of the United States. And I'm no Trump guy, don't get me wrong, but like, you would think that the Secret Service would do a little bit better job than that. It's a little bit better job than that, which is why some people are saying it's staged. Now, if it isn't staged, if it is not staged, in the event that it is not, I would just say that because a lot of people on the right are saying like, oh yeah, see, this is more violence from the left, and this is what you get when, people don't agree with the way things are going in the country. People stoop down to this level, yada, yada, yada. But let me once again remind everybody who listens to my show that these types of acts of violence, you can call it extremism, is just a reflection of what we've seen from this current administration. Once you introduced basically a shit tossing contest. Once Trump got in office and introduced basically a shit tossing contest between the two sides of the aisle, all bets were off after that. You threw shit across the aisle, hit somebody in the face, and they said, okay, I'm going to throw shit at you now. All bets are off. There's no more rules anymore. We're taking the gloves off now. So people on the right, can say all they want. Oh, this is just political violence from the left and this is what happens. They can say that all they want. But this side brought this on themselves at the end of the day. They bought it on themselves by consistently antagonizing people who don't agree with them. Consistently driving wedge after wedge after wedge in this country. In this country's social climate, I should say. So, again, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with trying to assassinate the president. But again, you just can't be surprised when this type of stuff happens. Fam, I worked in D.C. You got FBI, police, D.C. police, Capitol Police, and a Secret Service. Question is, how did homeboy get through all that security? And yeah, apparently in the guy's manifesto, he was saying that like it was super easy to get like sneaking his guns and the hotel, and it was really easy to do. So again, I mean, I question like, because we know right now Trump's ratings are like extremely low. You got people who were like hard MAGA in the last election who are now kind of totally flip-flopped. Maybe not totally flip-flopped, but they're like right there in the middle now. They're like, I don't mess with what he's doing. I don't mess with him anymore. I made a mistake. People are actually owning up to it. Not everybody, but some. Not everybody, but some. And again, his approval rating is very low right now. So I don't know. Maybe this is a stunt, a staged attempt to maybe try to garner some sympathy for the president, right? You see him stumbling over his shoes, slipping, whatever he did, losing his balance. Meanwhile, there's like an active shooter situation going on. They're trying to get him out of there, but oh, poor Trump, he couldn't get. I mean, he don't need to be in the office anyway. I don't understand. I just don't get, and this just goes for politics and government in general. I don't understand the concept of putting somebody in charge of the United States, basically the leader of the free world, right? Who you wouldn't trust to be in charge at the electronics department at your local Best Buy or a Walmart or a Target. You wouldn't trust this person to manage a restaurant on a busy Friday night. Why are we hiring these people at the highest position in the land? They're too old. There needs to be a limit, an age limit on presidents. Honestly, if you are a day older than 65, hell, I might even say 60. If you are a day older than 60, you do not need to be president. Just saying. Just saying. I saw the video of Trump saying the NFL should sign the guy. Really? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear about that. But yeah, guys definitely don't need to be up in the office if, literally in a situation like this, you can't even help yourself to get out of Dodge. You got to rely on 3-4 other grown men to pull you up out of there to safety. Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? And people are talking like this is actual like conspiracy stuff too. I think I saw some stuff about that. Let me actually look into that. Trump assassination attempt. Let's read. Lots of conspiracy theories. Suspect charged with attempted assassination of Trump at the Washington dinner. So this guy survived. A California man has been charged with attempting to assassinate U.S. President Donald Trump after trying to storm a gala event with weapons on Saturday night. Cole Thomas Allen, 31 years of age, was also charged with 2 firearms offenses when he appeared in court in Washington, D.C. on Monday. He did not enter a plea. He was carrying a semi-automatic handgun, a pump-action shotgun, and 3 knives as he charged past a security checkpoint at the White House Correspondents Association dinner on Saturday. The incident has sparked a White House security review. A Secret Service agent was shot but not seriously wounded during the attack at a hotel. The accused faces life in prison if found guilty. Says he was dressed in a blue jumpsuit with a name tag. The suspect appeared calm at Monday's court appearance in the nation's capital. Sorry. He was softly spoken as he answered almost every question from the judge with either yes, your honor, or no, your honor. He stated his age and said he had a master's degree. 3 U.S. Marshals stood behind him, and one was at his side. While the federal prosecutor hit the case, blah, blah, blah. Tonight's incident, saying cabinet members rushed from scene. He rushed through the security check. So what do you mean he rushed through the security checkpoint? You're telling me there weren't guys there to like just neutralize him as soon as he tried to get on some bullshit? That's what doesn't make sense to me. Again, like my guy Q said in the chat, like there's so many different types of police. And undercover agents and officers and whatnot involved in operations like this, especially around the president. I would know because I worked in DC as well, right? They do their due diligence, especially when it comes to the president. So again, a lot of this does seem fishy. Definitely does seem fishy. Okay. All right. Let's get into something a little messy here. Let's do something a little messy. All right, so apparently this guy here is trying to control his wife from going on vacation.
You tried to tell me I couldn't go on holiday last year, and you're trying to tell me I can't go on holiday this year.
I've never once said you can't go on holiday. I'm just saying, I think it's a little bit weird how you're going to Marbella on bank holiday weekend with all your single friends.
Why should I miss out because you're having a little tantrum?
And why am I having a tantrum? Because I can hear you on the phone in the other room on loudspeaker and your friends saying, don't forget to pack condoms.
It's called banter.
It's not banter, it's disrespectful. And then she's saying to you, oh, I've been there before. All the men are fit and they don't wear their tops.
Why are you being so insecure?
I'm not insecure. Why don't you want to go on holiday with me?
Because you want to go places like Cornwall because that's where you went when you were a kid.
Yeah, Cornwall's beautiful.
If I wear a bikini in Cornwall, I'll get pneumonia.
No, you won't, because in the summer it sometimes gets up to like 23 degrees.
Anyway, I'm done talking about it now. I'm going whether you like it or not. Stop being controlling.
You say I'm controlling, like as if I'm the only one that thinks it, but I've spoke to my mum, and my mum said she thinks it's healthy that I'm making boundaries, and if I don't like something, I should say.
Your mum literally has diabetes.
It's the accents for me, by the way.
Fuck this. That is fucking even for you.
Okay, so listen, I don't know whether or not this is fake or staged, but I will say that this kind of goes back to the conversation we were just having a little while ago about the whole KLAY Thompson, Meg Thee Stallion thing. It does. It does because, remember what I said? The whole hot girl summer culture, single for the summer. We're going to go out and show our ass cheeks and really try to flaunt and things like that. It's a culture. It's a culture. And this guy saying here, oh, your friends are telling you guys are going to go on vacation and make sure you bring your bikinis and bring condoms. And the guys there are really hot and all this and that. It's like, yeah, men aren't going to like that. And I don't think it's insecure for him to call something like that out. I don't at all, because it is very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. He said he saw the Patriots coach. Pretty much, yeah. His wife's about to get Diana Rossini'd. His mother said she's coming back knocked up with someone else's kid. He has reason to be speaking up. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And don't let them have kids themselves. Like, oh, what are we talking about here? You said you're going where? You're going where? To do what? With who? And you're bringing what? Excuse me? No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to freaking Virgin Islands to. No. No. Absolutely not. She wants to go on vacation, but she wants to go somewhere where apparently they need to bring condoms and all that other shit. Absolutely not. What are we talking about? Let me get out of here. What are we talking about? Is feminism broken?
I wouldn't call it misogynistic. I say be equal. So again, men do all of the feminists are saying. Well, then okay, I'd love for the feminists. Please apply for the oil rigs. Please go do the hard jobs in society. They're open. They're hiring because I don't equate for. I don't think men or women are equal until we do the equal work. So no, listen. Go apply to be on the oil rigs. Go be a plumber. Go be an electrician. Go be on the front lines of the military, and then we should have equal rights. But until feminists are willing to do that, I don't believe we should have the freedom without the responsibility.
Okay, well, I don't think that I'm physically built for that. You might be, but I'm absolutely not. You said you were volleyball.
Wow.
You said you were a volleyball player, and so you've got more strength than I do. I don't think. But I
don't have more strength. I don't have more strength than the average man. I'm not going to take your rights away. I don't have more strength than the average man. But again, it goes back to go be a plumber. You want to be equal, go be equal. I wouldn't call it misogynistic. I say be equal. So again, men do all of the feminists are saying. Well, then okay, I'd love for the feminists. Please apply for the oil rigs. Please go do the hard jobs in society. They're open. They're hiring because I don't equate for. I don't think men or women are equal until we do the equal work.
Okay, so that was a woman named Pearl Davis basically arguing that feminism is broken, and her argument is that women want to be considered equals to men, yet women don't want to go and do the hard, laborious jobs that men typically do. Which I think that this is a valid yet incomplete argument. So it renders her entire point irrelevant because she does not complete her argument based off of where it was kind of going in a linear direction. Here's what I mean by that. While yes or no, most women aren't going to want to get jobs at oil rigs or factories or places where they have to operate heavy machinery because their bodies aren't built for it. Right? It's much harder for them to take those type of jobs. And here's why I say that her argument was valid yet incomplete. Because that's true. That's true. And I think men and women are very different. But if you take it a step further, there is a reason why women are typically much better at raising children, maintaining a household, and all sorts of other functions that men find insignificant. But just like the people who run the oil rigs and build factories and buildings, they're the backbone of society. See, men and women have different roles that make up one backbone of society. So, and again, it has to do with kind of like the just the mental makeup, the mental hardwiring, and physical hardwiring. I think the mental hardwiring of women allows them to be more compassionate, which makes them better protectors and nurturers. You know, they tend to be a lot more thoughtful. And again, there's so many things that women do really well that men don't do very well by and large. if you've ever lived with a woman, you would know this. And I'm not talking about mom, even though mom can be a good example of that too. So it's just, again, I'll say this: women and men are very, very equal. Should be equal, 100%. But just because we're saying that they're equal doesn't mean that we all have to do the same things. It's childish to assume and pretend. As a matter of fact, not assume, but pretend. It's childish to pretend like we're built to do the same exact things. Because we're not. We're not. That's just the way it is. But does that make one less equal than the other? No. No. Yin and yang. Talking about the women before Hot Girl Summer. Yeah, see, and this is where you got to compartmentalize it, because like you have a subsection of women who are with the Hot Girl Summer, and you know what I mean? Like they're not trying to be, they're not trying to really focus on doing their part and being the backbone of society, right? Those are the ones that men who are looking for long-term solutions, they tend to stay away from. May have a little fun in the meantime, in their intermediate, i.e. KLAY Thompson, Meg Thee Stallion, but long term it doesn't really work out. You know, doesn't really work out long term. She has a point, but we live in a double standard society. That's what I'm saying. She has a point. It was just an incomplete point. It was an incomplete point. There's double standards everywhere because we recognize that we're just different. We're just different. You know, she's adopted the red pill content. Yeah, Pearl's been very, I would say she's like a grifter for it. But that's what, like, you know, when you have content that's like so extreme on one side of issues and things like that, they kind of have to get up here and be kind of willfully obtuse. You know, they're not going to make points like I am right now and like add all the nuance and the context and make like balanced takes, because at the end of the day, guys, balanced takes don't get you on TV like this. They don't. No, it's when you lean really, really hard onto one side or another is when you get the attention, the engagement, and things like that. It's just how it works. Just how it works. You know, but I thought it was important to bring up, though. It was important to bring up. I don't even get the point she's trying to make. What does working on an oil rig have to do with feminism? I think what she was trying to say, because the other girl, this girl who's on screen right now, was trying to argue with her, basically saying that like feminism is fighting for equality between men and women, and Pearl is saying, okay, well, if feminism means equality between men and women, then it can't just be equality when it only benefits you, right? And that's kind of the argument that she's having, because like if it doesn't benefit you to go work in an oil rig, but like that would be what equality looks like if you worked in an oil rig as a woman, or if you worked in a factory as a woman, or if you did this, or a truck driver, you built buildings or whatever as a woman. You know, but again, I think it's an incomplete point, because just like women don't want to do those jobs, a lot of men, A, don't even want to be fathers, right? And B, they're just pound for pound not as good of nurturers, right? Not as good of you know, being compassionate and like raising children. They're just not as good at it. They just don't have the natural knack like women do for it. They just don't. Not to say you can't be good at it as a man. That's not what I'm saying. But I just think women have a little bit more of a natural kind of skill there. I do. But that's all. That's all. But listen, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode of the show, about an hour and a half in here. Thank y'all so much for coming out to this episode 56 of Sutton Reactions. I appreciate you guys. As always, please leave a comment down below if you have any comments, questions, concerns about this episode. What did you think about some of the topics? And listen, we'll be back on Thursday. Now, tomorrow, listen, for all of my PRP listeners, tomorrow we will be doing Quiet Storm Sports again. And tomorrow's going to be a fun episode. We're going to have me, we're going to have Coach, and we're going to have Nitro on tomorrow's episode of Quiet Storm Sports. Should be electric. Make sure you tune in. It's going to be a great one. But until then, I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next episode. Peace.